Hello everyone, my name is Milia. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be the first update for Pandos Eyeshadows, which was created by Alexi. I will have her linked down below. This is one of my favorite projects. You guys know I love panning eyeshadow and I love random projects. So I love this project. And I know a lot of other people do too. There's a ton of Pandos Eyeshadows content that you can binge watch if you're interested. But this is gonna be my first update. And I did not great. I did not do great with this project this month, unfortunately. But I have a pan. So we get to roll in something new, which is always the most exciting part of this project. Also, I'm wearing all of these eyeshadows on my eyes today, except the one I hit pan on. But yeah, let's start with the shadows that I used the least this month, and it's the two shades from my Beauty Bay Bright palette. I used them 3 times each, so not great, not great. But they are not very wintry shadows. It's the oranges that I'm wearing in my crease. So it's this shade called Tangerine Dream, and then it's this shade called Heat Wave. So it's the two oranges, like most bright oranges in the palette. And they are not very seasonally appropriate. But these are the two shades. Again, I'm wearing them in my crease today. But yeah, I use them 3 times each, which is pretty bad. But it's fine. I'm trying to do a close up of the shadows, but I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, the Tangerine Dream shade, the imprint of the Beauty Bay logo is like almost gone, but yeah, there's no dip or anything in those. The next shadow I used 4 times, and it comes from the BH Cosmetics Crystal Zodiac palette, and it was the shade Citrine, and it's the shimmer one. So it's this yellow shimmer right here, and these are baked eyeshadows, so they are. Baked eyeshadows are obviously much more difficult to hit pan on because they're baked. This is the shade right here. It's beautiful. I'm wearing it in my inner corners today. But I have a 15 use goal in case I don't hit pan, and I think this will be a 15 use goal shadow because again, it's a baked shadow. Then the shadow that I hit pan on, I only had to use 5 times, and it comes from the Beauty Bay and Nikki Tutorials palette. The Beauty Bay shadows are pretty easy to hit pan on, especially the shimmers in this palette. I was working on the shade Ivy, which is a shimmer. I don't know how to hold this palette up. Oh god. It's the shade up here, and it's probably gonna be very difficult to see the pan because it's a very light reflective shade, but I swear there's a pan in there. I used it 5 times, which is not a lot, but it's a very soft, crumbly shimmer. So, you know, it's a very beautiful shade. I mainly used it in my inner corners, but I did use it on my lid once, and it was really pretty. But yeah, it's crumbly and it's soft, so it was extremely easy to hit pan on. Now the shade that I use the most, I only use 6 times. My excuse is that I'm panning a lot of eyeshadow. Um, but the shade comes from my Makeup Revolution Affinity palette, and it was the shade Joy, which is the shade right here. And I do have a dip in this shadow. I mainly use it with a liner brush just on my lower lashes, like my lower lash line. And also it's the most seasonally appropriate shadow in my opinion. It's like a satin shade. Um, I don't love this shade, but it works as a liner, so that's how I use it. And I don't know if I can hit pan on it by next month, but I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that I can. But now we can roll in a new shade for the shade Ivy, and I have my shadows in the Pretty Random app. And I have the numbers 1 through 1075. And yes, I did purchase a new eyeshadow palette. So yeah, we're just gonna roll a shade, 605, and I have my eyeshadows in alphabetical order by shade, so I don't have the palettes, like all the shades in one palette after each other, if you know what I mean. So 605 is the shade Share Food from the I'll Be There For You palette by Makeup Revolution and Friends. So I will go and find that palette and I'll be right back. I found the palette. It's this one, but I don't know what shade it is yet. So, oh, it's the black shadow in the palette. I've used it a little bit already, but that's fine. I swatched it in place of the Ivy shade. So it's just a matte black shadow. I can use it in my brows, so it's fine. I just dug my finger into the shade Ick. But yeah, beside the point, I think it'll be pretty easy to hit pan on this shade because again, I can use it in my eyebrows and I will use a brow brush. So it'll probably be a very like precise dip and pan, but that's okay. So that's kind of a boring shade, I think, but it's gonna be an easy shade, and I need easy shades because I really want to have at least one pan every month. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed my update. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my updates, on my future updates for this project, and on the many other projects that I'm doing on my channel. And I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.